Well, al-Mawasi has been repeatedly attacked by Israeli forces in recent months. On June the 21st, 25 Palestinians were killed and some 50 injured when Israeli drones, tanks and planes bombed a tented camp there. Now, less than a month earlier, on May the 28th, more than 20 displaced Palestinians were killed when Israeli tanks fired on a cluster of tents, with also some reports of airstrikes. The day before that, another 45 people were killed, including women and the elderly, and nearly 250 were injured in what the Israeli military called intelligence-based airstrikes. Well, let's bring in Mansour Shuman. He's a Palestinian journalist and a humanitarian who himself has witnessed the war firsthand in Rafah and Khan Yunis. Mansour, thank you for joining us again. You yourself were in al-Mawasi, I understand, before you left Gaza in March. What are you hearing from family and friends there at the moment about what's been happening?
Until now, bodies are under the rubble and people are trying to find their loved ones. I think that the 71 killed that has been reported can easily be 50% or even double that figure in the next few hours. People are horrified. People are not surprised, but in a little bit of a shock right now, given that they don't know what to do and where to go. And like you said, I mean, in the news, why? I mean, these are supposedly intelligent airstrikes. Yeah. And Ma'arif, it's an Israeli newspaper, mentioned that this is the JDAM airstrike missiles that are manufactured by the United States. And these have been used and striked 7 different targets on the ground, including, like you said, a desalination plant, a gas cylinder site, tents, streets. So if they wanted to target a certain person or a certain suspect that they had in mind, why would they need to target all of these areas with these very heavily air missiles and airstrikes? It doesn't make any sense. So always takes us back to the notion that the Israeli right-wing government considers the Palestinians on the ground in Gaza as not human. And that given that there has been no retaliation from the international community and the United Nations on what the Israelis have been doing inside Gaza, it's a free-for-all. They can do whatever they want without any kind of retaliation. So we call on the international community to step in. Al-Mawasi was designated a safe zone. However, it has been targeted yet again. And I think that the death toll is just going to continue to climb over the next few hours.
Well, we know conditions on the ground over the last few weeks and months there have been deteriorating as well. Now that we've seen even further strikes on civilian infrastructure, I mean, there was already an issue around water. There was already an issue around food. What does al-Mawasi now represent for Palestinian people in Gaza? It was meant to be a safe zone. How do people think of that space now?
Okay. So al-Mawasi is just a very large beach. It's a very large beach. People used to go there to have a good time. It wasn't really a residential area. So when the genocide started and the Israelis started their land invasion of the south, they designated al-Mawasi as a safe zone. However, like I said, it's just now basically tents on sand. That's what al-Mawasi is. However, given what has happened now, I think that people are going to start rethinking about remaining in these tents and are going to resettle back to their demolished homes in Rafah, in Khan Yunis, in the central region. Because for them, the way they think about it, it's better that if they're going to die on their land inside their homes and try to rebuild whatever they lost over the last few months. Again, there is no safe zone in Gaza. And I think that this massacre that happened in al-Mawasi showed that. And they can give whatever reason they want for the international community. But we have seen this pattern over and over again. They commit genocide and then they come back saying, oh, we did this because we wanted to strike a certain person or a certain important personnel, which is always the same claim. And my question to Netanyahu is, you said that you're going to destroy Hamas and that you've destroyed them over the last few months in different cities. Why are you still bombing the same areas? Why are you still doing land invasions in the same cities which you left? What's next? Are you going to continue to commit genocide just to try to save your political career?
Mansour Shuman, thank you for joining us again on the Al Jazeera NewsHour. We appreciate it.
Thank you.